We're not just in the business of healthcare. We're in the business of people care. And that's something different. It's more than care. It's caring about the whole person. It's more than medicine. It's being a source of support for those who need someone to turn to. It's not just finding them a doctor. It's giving them a way to get there. It's helping a guy who's out of work get access to something more nutritious than a candy bar. It's access to housing assistance, because that affects health too. It's being a friendly voice to talk to, because sometimes that's what people need. A coach, a counselor, a friend. A beacon of hope for a community that could use more of it. We're moving towards something new. A new kind of healthcare. We call it whole care.
Good evening, and welcome to the 32nd Annual Whitney M. Young Junior Service Award presentation, presented by UPMC Health Plan. I'm your Master of Ceremonies for the evening, Chris Moore. Talk show host on PCNC TV, WQED TV, and KDK Radio. I'm honored to be your host for this evening's event. The Whitney M. Young Junior Service Award is a national recognition for individuals and organizations who provide exceptional service for underserved youth by developing scouting and other opportunities in challenging urban and rural areas. Tonight, we salute Ronald Curry, Reed Smith LLP, and Daniel Parson for their service and dedication to scouting. To start our program, we have Scouts from Troop 710 chartered to Hope for Tomorrow and Troop 147 chartered to Crafton Ingram Rotary Club that will conduct an opening ceremony.
Salute. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Scott Stein.
On my honor,
I will do my best
to do my duty,
to guard my country,
to obey the Scout law,
to help other people at all times,
keep myself physically strong,
mentally awake,
and morally straight.
Scout is trustworthy,
Loyal,
helpful,
friendly,
courteous,
kind, obedient,
cheerful, thrifty,
brave,
clean, and reverent.
Thanks to the Scouts for their opening presentation. These young men help to highlight the program we are here to support. And as you just heard, the 12th point of the Scout Law is a Scout is reverent. We've asked Pastor Craig Giles from Triumph Baptist Church to give us our prayer for this evening.
We're honored to be here to celebrate the Whitney Young Banquet this year. And so we want to pray together as we invoke the Lord's presence and blessing upon this activity. So let's bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this opportunity to come and once again celebrate this great time and this great event. We thank you, Lord, for scouting and the principles in which it stands, because in this day we really need this in our young people. We need to have those things that make us physically strong and mentally alert and spiritually positive. So I pray, my Father God, that you would just bless this banquet. We thank you for the people like Whitney Young who have gone before us, who have established the credentials of this award. We thank you and we ask that you would let this be strong for this community. Bless those that participate, those that see the need to mentor youth and bless their lives and build them up and see them as the prizes that they can be, because only you know what they can actually become. So thank you for those that are willing to work with these uncut gems and develop them into the young men that they can be strong leaders in our society, for we need them so much. Please bless this banquet, Lord. Bless this chapter, this Highlands chapter, and let it be one that really shines brilliantly in this community, and to help families and to help children, to help families, to help the communities, to help our country. We're so thankful for the opportunity to celebrate tonight. I pray, Lord, for your richest blessings over this banquet and over this coming year. And I pray for your favor and your guidance, for it's in your holy and perfect name, in the name that's above all names. In Jesus' name we pray.
Thank you for being with us this evening, Pastor Giles. The Boy Scouts of America Laurel Highland Council offers a unique opportunity to improve the lives of young people, and by doing so, make our families strong and neighborhoods a better place to live. Scouting provides fun experiences that develop self-esteem, character, and values. Tonight, in particular, we shine a light on the Scoutreach program. Scoutreach prepares urban and rural youth to be a leader, to accept responsibility, and to care about principles and causes beyond their own self-interest. Money generated from tonight's event provides the necessary resources for costs such as uniforms, sleeping bags, registration and camping fee assistance, handbooks, transportation, and other expenses to ensure a quality program for the youngsters and their families participating in the Scoutreach program. Currently, Scoutreach provides programming for more than 500 Scouts annually. Your support allows that to happen. Tonight's Livingstone M. Johnson Legacy Award recipient knows all about supporting the youth of this region. This award was introduced in 2014 and is presented to an individual who has dedicated a significant portion of their lifetime to ensure all youth, especially those in the African American community and urban areas surrounding Pittsburgh, have an opportunity to engage in a quality scouting experience. Additionally, with this award, the Laurel Highlands Council, Boy Scouts of America, created the Judge Livingston M. Johnson Endowment, which continues to grow each year and has now reached over $60,000. The endowment has received contributions from individuals and businesses in the community who know and want to show their appreciation for Judge Johnson, as well as the recipients of this award. With this endowment, Scouts with limited financial means have the benefit of a lasting scouting experience for years to come. We are honored to have Judge Johnson joining us this evening from the comfort of his home. At the young age of 93, he is still very active with the Whitney M. Young Junior Committee and instrumental in helping us select a recipient for this award each year. And on a personal note, I'd like to say that I've known Judge Johnson for a long, long time. He's been a mentor to me, and I hope to be just like him when I grow up. Right now, we are proud to present Mr. Ronald Curry with this year's Livingston M. Johnson Legacy Award.
I'm Ron Curry. I've been involved in scouting for over 61 years.
This is the Livingston M. Johnson Legacy Award. And I know you have a good history with Judge Johnson. Talk to us a little bit about what this means to you and your relationship with Judge Johnson.
I'm honored that the committee selected me as the 2021 recipient of the Livingstone M. Johnson Award. If you know the judge, the trials and tribulations that he went through, he persevered. And that's what scouting is about, perseverance, uplift. And Judge Johnston showed the way as to how it could be done. And he never gave up. He was determined to be an Eagle Scout. And I think the award stands out by itself, that the honorees who receive this reward understand what scouting is about and how the judge had an impact on the scouting movement here in the Laurel Highlands Council.
What would you say are the greatest takeaways that you learned as a youth from scouting?
I've learned as a scout as reverend to be helpful, to assist wherever you can. And a lot of times through my daily life, I have been a helping hand to other people who needed that help.
What would you tell a parent today on why they should put their son or daughter in Scouts?
Well, one of the things I think Afro-Americans should be proud of the fact about Boy Scouting. If you really read the history of Boy Scouting, you will find that they were over in South Africa. And there were tribes in South Africa that were doing certain things, and Baden-Powell picked up on some of those advancements that they had with African tribes over in Africa, and he brought those ideas back to England and incorporated them. So when you look at Boy Scouting, especially for Afro-Americans, you can see that we help to sow the seed of Scouting, and we should be proud of it. A lot of Afro-Americans feel that Boy Scouting is a white movement, but they have to understand that Baden-Powell was over in Africa, and a lot of the ideas that he had for Scouting came from Africa, and we should be proud of that. We had a part in it. The Scoutreach program is a program that can help develop those young kids, help develop their minds, help to keep them out of trouble, and hopefully finish high school, stay connected to scouting, and turn around and lift someone else up and get them involved in scouting.
Congratulations, Mr. Carey. Anyone who knows Ron would agree that he has made a significant difference in the lives of countless youth in this city. We thank you for your commitment to Scouting. Scouting has a profound effect on many youth and families in our community. The Scouting experience is unique and provides different perspectives to all who engage in our program. To illustrate this, we've asked Mrs. Keisha Gomez, parent of a Scout and chartering organization representative for Troop 710, to share her family experience in Scouting.
Hope for Tomorrow decided to be a chartered partner with the Boy Scouts just because we were looking for a character development program for our elementary, middle, and high school boys. And we started having a conversation with them, and the opportunities that they were presenting our young men, it was something that was going to be of benefit to not only myself as a parent, but to all of the youth and families that were involved in Hope for Tomorrow and for those who reside in the West End. Boy Scouting has been a benefit to our family. My husband and I, we have 6 children. One of our children, Malachi, is 9 years old, and he is a new Cub Scout, and we have already seen a huge difference in him. He opens up when he's around other young men, which has kind of been a problem for us in the past when it comes to school and things like that. He tends to be that wallflower. He kind of caves in and becomes shy. But being a part of Boy Scouts has really opened him up. Malachi really enjoys the camping trips, and he truly came home and talked about zip lining and all the physical activities that he was able to do with the Boy Scouts. And beyond that, the character development for him is a huge deal. To learn about the things that we learned in the past, how to say please and thank you, how to be respectful to not only others, but to yourselves as well, that's a huge deal for us. As the Executive Director of Hope for Tomorrow, I have the honor and privilege of working with different youth and families in our community, beginning at the 3rd grade level all the way through the 2nd year of post-secondary. So I have young boys as young as 7 years old all the way up until 20. And a lot of them don't have that male father figure at home or even an older brother. They are the older brother. And a lot of times they need some guidance on how to be just that. And I can tell you, watching the Boy Scout program come in and teach them a lot of those life skills that they're missing, it has been a huge benefit. And I know for especially the older teens, when I talk to them about scouting, they figure that it's something that's just too young for their son to do. But I have witnessed with my own 2 eyes that this has been a benefit. Whether you're 7 years old or whether you're 17, you're not too young and you're not too old. You're going to learn those skills, and it is going to change your life. So if you're looking for something to impact your child mentally, physically, and to improve their character, I would absolutely say that Boy Scouts has all those things. For anyone who's looking for a volunteer opportunity, I would absolutely recommend the Boy Scouts. I've already had a few people who come to me and say, what can I do? How can I help? How can I be hands-on with youth throughout the West End neighborhood? And I always refer them to the Boy Scouts because they're able to do the physical activities, the camping and the hanging out and those different things that the boys seem to, be able to engage in a little bit more. But then there is that mentoring component that is kind of the most fulfilling. So it's that all around just love that you may be wanting to give to others, or you may be looking for yourself. This is the perfect opportunity to do that. And it's a very seamless and painless training opportunity. So it's not like other places where there's just so much into it. It's just very easy, and you're welcomed to the Boy Scout family. As a resident of the West End community, my husband and I started Hope for Tomorrow just because we needed more people to be aware of the youth and the families who are underserved and underrepresented. Again, our partnership with the Boy Scouts has been one of the most fruitful because they genuinely care. They care about the person, and they care about our community. Even so, the Boy Scouts came in and they adopted our neighborhood park. They keep it clean. They come out and they have the boys come out and care for the community. So that's an attachment for where they live. If you live someplace and you love it, you treat it better. So that's a win-win for me. I'm so grateful for them. Again, as a parent and as a business owner, can't get better than the Boy Scouts.
Thank you, Mrs. Gomez. We appreciate your efforts to make scouting work for our community. Events like this would not happen without dedicated volunteers to lead them. At this time, I'd like to turn the program over to this year's chairman, George Robinson II, Director, Supplier, Diversity and Inclusion for UPMC.
Good evening. I'm George Robinson II, Director of Supplier, Diversity and Inclusion for UPMC, and I'm happy to serve as your event chair for this evening. My first duty is to inform or remind you about the silent auction that is occurring live now on this site. There are some amazing items available for you to bid on, including autographed jerseys from TJ Watt and Mario Lemieux, and a trip to the Kentucky Derby, virtual cooking sessions, and a golf trip for 4 to Scottsdale. I personally have my eye on the autographed boxing glove from Mike Tyson, so don't forget to go there immediately after this presentation to place your bids on the items we have available. They will only be there until Saturday at noon, so good luck. Before I introduce this evening's keynote speaker, I'd like to thank and recognize our lead sponsors for this year's event. Our presenting sponsor this evening is UPMC Health Plan. UPMC Health Plan has been instrumental in supporting this event and others for the Boy Scouts of America. Thank you for your continued support of Scouting. Our gold sponsor for the evening is Gateway Health Plan. Thank you for your continued support of our Scoutreach programs and the Laurel Highlands Council. Our silver sponsors are Rulis and Bokikio, LLC, and William Benter. Thank you for your support of this evening's program. Finally, our bronze sponsors are Eagle Ventures, Poise Foundation, First National Bank, the Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh, Meyer, Unkovic and Scott, Reed Smith, LLP, and Scott and Sue Lammy. Thank you all for your sponsorship and support of our Scoutreach program. Event programs have been mailed to all that have supported tonight's event. Please refer to your program for the remaining sponsorships and recognitions. Because our sponsors' generosity and the work of our event committee and Scoutreach board, tonight's event has raised over $35,000 to support our council Scoutreach programs. Thank you again to tonight's sponsors and volunteers who helped reach this mark. If you are watching this event and have not had a chance to give, please click on the donate button to make your contribution. At each Whitney dinner, we try not to only focus on the importance of the programming, but also help display a community of commitment and dedication to the youngsters we serve. Our guest speaker not only embodies this commitment, but is a living definition of perseverance. Timothy Alexander is a faith-driven young man who has dedicated his life to motivating and inspiring others. A native of Birmingham, Alabama, Timothy attended Irwin High School and was ranked the 8th high school football player in the state. Timothy had the opportunity to play for any college in the country. However, he was involved in a life-changing car accident in 2006, leaving him paralyzed from the neck down. From that point on, Timothy was left to find his purpose in life while paralyzed. Timothy graduated from Irwin in 2007 and attended Wallace State Community College afterwards. After graduating from Wallace State, he enrolled in the University of Alabama at Birmingham, where he double majored in criminal justice and communication management. While at UAB, Timothy left a major impact by becoming the first paraplegic to receive a football scholarship. He was also runner-up for Mr. UAB, a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, and the former president of UAB, Gang Green, who set 2 school attendance records during UAB's basketball season. Timothy received the Student of Excellence Award because of his academic and athletic performance. He was also known for holding prayer gatherings and taking students to church twice a semester. Timothy was the leader of the 2014 #FreeAUB movement after the UAB football, bowling, and rifle programs were terminated on December 2nd, 2014. After receiving approximately 56 city and county proclamations supporting the reinstatement of the 3 teams, he joined with UAB boosters and Birmingham city leaders and supporters to help raise over $40 million in just 1 year. Timothy completed his undergraduate career by receiving the Colonel Leo Thornson's, quote, Courage Award from the Youth Leadership Development Program, and was also awarded the Challenge Coin from Command Sergeant Major Benny Atkins. Timothy graduated from UAB with a master's degree in communications management. His proudest moment came on July 18, 2016, when he was able to stand on his own for the first time since being paralyzed. The video of him standing went viral, catching the eye of many news stations worldwide. Timothy is an Emmy Award winner for the sports program feature for the 31st Mid-South Regional Emmy Awards of the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. Timothy is also a minister, keynote speaker, and recent graduate of the John Maxwell Certification Program. He is a living example of the phrase, "We don't need it to be easy. We just need it to be possible." Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Timothy Alexander.
Hey, good afternoon. Martin Luther King said life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And when you think about that quote, when you think about that statement, I remind you he's basically saying what you do for others is basically what you're doing for yourself. And so when you think about where we are right now, when you think about where we are as a nation, when you think about where we are as a whole, the number one thing everyone is talking about is self-development. Because if you develop, you can help others develop. So again, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Because what you do for others, you must also do for yourself. When I think about my story, on October 28, 2006, I was in a severe car accident that left me brain dead and paralyzed from the neck down. I'll never forget the night before my car accident, I had the leading block to help send my team to the playoffs, and I actually told my mom that, Mom, you will not have to work a minimum wage job to provide for 3 young men. I had a unique opportunity to be an NFL hopeful here in my hometown in Birmingham, Alabama, where I went to Irwin High School. But 24 hours after I made these dreams and set these goals and put things in place for my mom and for my family, the next day, again, after one of the biggest events of my life, the next day going to a football event that we call the Magic City Classic, where everyone comes around and we celebrate the game of football. We celebrate the in-state rival, and I was supposed to be getting honored for my academic achievement and my athletic performance on and off the field. My friend actually fell asleep behind the wheel, and I yelled, "Wake up, wake up." My friend swerved headfirst into the telephone pole, and the next thing I knew, we were going down the cliff. When the car stopped at the bottom of the cliff, I realized I could not feel my legs, and I began coughing up blood, and I mumbled, "I don't want to die, I don't want to die." The car sparked into a fire. My friend panicked, where he went to pull me through the rear window, where he slipped on the oil of the grass. He dropped my neck off the trunk, and I became paralyzed instantly from the neck down. I'll never forget waking up out of a coma, waking up in the hospital, only to find myself being tied down. I have a trach in my throat. I have a feeding tube running in me. I have a tube running into my lungs. I'm really not breathing on my own. And all I can do was mumble. I'll never forget mumbling to my mom that if I have to be like this the rest of my life, you might as well pull the plug. My mom came up to their hospital bed. She knocked on the side of the hospital bed, and she said, "My son, blink your eyes if you can hear me." I blinked my eyes, and my mom said, "You will live and not die, but you have to start living right now in your mind, because I can't do it for you. I can't make you get up out of this bed. You're going to have to want to get up out this bed. I can't make you take it one day at a time. You're going to have to take it one day at a time." Basically, what she was saying was, whatever it is that you want to do, don't wait, because the doctor is saying you only have a 5% chance of making it to see tomorrow. And if you do make it to see tomorrow, you will be a vegetable. So whatever it is that you want to do, we suggest you do it right now. Meaning, she was saying, respond right now because it's urgent, which means it needs immediate attention. As a nation, as a whole, as a body, as Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts of America, right now, the most urgent thing we need to do is understand that in the middle of adversity lies opportunity. Albert Einstein said that adversity introduces a man or woman to themselves, because it is within the middle of adversity you find out what you are made of. When we think about adversity, William Shakespeare said, "Sweet are the uses of adversity." When we think about adversity, we understand that it's not about what you go through, it's about what you grow through. And so I challenge you all to understand that if you want to grow, if you want to be the best that you can be, you need to start being urgent when it comes down to dealing with adversity. I am where I am today, not because I ran away from adversity, but because I ran to adversity. My mom said, Tim, the doctors are saying you're not going to make it. The doctors are saying if you do make it, you will be a vegetable for the rest of your life. But Tim, if you can blink and hear what I'm saying and blink and respond to what I'm saying, I know you'll be okay. And so my mom said blink, and I blinked. And so that let my mom knew that it's going to take some time. But if he deal with it urgently, if he deals with it right now, if he has a sense of urgency right now to get things done, then all will be well. I love what Martin Luther King, he says, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. And so when you think about these moments, us moving forward has everything to do with what we believe. It's the thinking of a person that allows them to see circumstances differently. Again, it's the thinking of a person that allows them to see circumstances differently. So what am I challenging you all to do? Just have a sense of urgency. It was because I had a sense of urgency to start with myself so I can help serve others. It was because I had a sense of urgency that I renewed my mind for myself so I can help others renew their mind. It was because I had a sense of urgency that I was willing to take away excuse from myself and provide opportunity, which is now I can help do that for others. As we know, you can't give what you don't have. As we know, you can't give from an empty container. Even on the plane, they challenge you that any event, an emergency happens, help yourself before you can help others. And so again, how am I challenging you all to help yourself so you can help others? I'm challenging you, number one, to control the way you see yourself, right? I believe that your attitude is the paintbrush of the mind. Therefore, you are the way you see yourself. You are the way you see your opportunity. Again, when you change the way you look at things, then what you look at changes. And so I stopped thinking and stopped looking at myself as what I can't do, but I started thinking about what I could do. I stopped thinking negative and started thinking the opposite of negative, and I started being positive. I stopped being so fearful and started looking at the opposite of being fearful. Then guess what? I became fearless because I understood that if I wanted to have a fulfilled life, I had to start fulfilling my mind right? That got me fired up. I'm going to say that again. I understood that if I wanted to have a fulfilled life, I had to first start feeling my mind right. And so I started understanding that what was going to allow me to be uncommon was me accept my circumstances unconditionally. Meaning that, yes, it does suck being in a wheelchair. Yes, it does suck being paralyzed. Yes, it does suck going through so many things that I had to go through. But guess what? I was willing to embrace the suck. And not just wait to embrace it right now. Because again, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing? And so I challenge you all to ask yourself, what are you doing? But understand it. Are you doing it for you, or are you doing it for others? If you're doing it for you, it may be easy to give up. But if you're doing it for others, it may be hard to give up. That's why Martin Luther King said, it's not about what you're doing, it's about what you're doing for others. Because what you're doing for others is the silver line of integrity. And one thing I love about integrity is honesty. Integrity is unity. And Warren Buffett said that we typically look for three things in a person. We look for intelligence, we look for energy, and we look for integrity. If they don't have integrity, don't even bother with the first two. Because I had integrity, I stand here in front of you all today, 15 years later. Yes, I had a brain injury, but I recovered from a severe brain injury. Yes, the doctor told me that I had a 5% chance, but guess what? I did end up walking again on September 2nd, 2017. After I became the first paraplegic to ever receive a full ride in football, and I never touched the field. What am I saying? What's true doesn't always end up being true, not if what you're doing is for others. So again, I may want to give up on myself, but because I'm solving and serving others, I can't give up on myself. And so I challenge you all to understand that John Lewis said that our struggle is not one of a day, one of a week, one of a year. Ours is the struggle of a lifetime or many lifetimes. Each of us must do our own part, and we must do it immediately. You all wear Nike. I got Nike on, and Nike's theme is just do it. But guess what? I challenged Nike when I had an opportunity to speak there. I said, we don't just do it. We do it right now. We have sense of urgency in everything we're doing right now. And so those of you that are negative, fix it right now. Those of you that are not positive, fix it right now. Those of you that don't feel like you aren't enough, guess what? You are enough, but you got to fix your mentals right now. Again, it's the thinking of a person that allows them to look at circumstances differently. So understand, William Shakespeare said, sweet are the uses of adversity, because adversity can push you. Adversity can pull you and propel you to your destiny. Adversity produces growth and development. And so if you want to have this growth mindset, you have to choose every moment as a growing moment and understand that difficulties are challenges that lead to growth. That's why I believe we don't need it to be easy. We just need it to be possible. Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts of America, whatever it is that you're doing, have a sense of urgency, because understand we need you, and we need you right now. I love you all. I wish you the best, but be encouraged and understand endurance wins. We don't need it to be easy. We just need it to be possible. Have a great day.
Thank you, TA. We appreciate you sharing your gift with us this evening. The remaining awards we are presenting this evening are prestigious awards established in 1978 by the National Council of Boy Scouts of America to recognize the work of Whitney M. Young, Jr. as a civil rights leader. The award is presented to individual volunteers or organizations that have made an outstanding contribution toward implementing scouting opportunities for rural or urban youth within the Council. 71 individuals and/or organizations from our Council have been presented this award over the past 31 years, and we are excited to add 2 more this year. Tonight's first Whitney Young Award will be presented to Reed Smith, LLP. Reed Smith was founded in Pittsburgh in 1877, and their office here remains among the firm's largest. It is also the largest law firm practice overall in the city. At Reed Smith, they believe that the practice of law has the power to drive progress. They know your time is valuable and your matters are important. They are focused on outcomes, are highly collaborative, and have deep industry insight that, when coupled with their local market knowledge, allows them to anticipate and address your needs. They believe you deserve purposeful, highly engaged client service that drives progress for your business. Reed Smith has been a generous supporter of the Scoutreach program for 3 consecutive years. Their leadership team has been dedicated to ensuring that youth in low-income communities have the resources necessary to receive uniforms, handbooks, transportation, and camping equipment to fully experience the Scouting program. we are proud to present the Whitney M. Young Junior Service Award to Reed Smith LLP. Accepting the award on behalf of Reed Smith is managing partner of the Pittsburgh office and a partner in the firm's Global Commercial Disputes Group, Jason Hazelwood.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jason Hazelwood. I'm the managing partner of Reed Smith's Pittsburgh office. On behalf of all my colleagues at Reed Smith, we want to say thank you to the Boy Scouts for selecting us as one of this year's Whitney M. Young Service Award winners. We're sure that there were many deserving recipients, and so we're just thrilled that we were fortunate enough to be one of them. This is a cause from the Boy Scouts that's sort of near and dear to our heart. We've supported it for several years, and we look forward to supporting it for years to come. So thank you again, everybody, for the recognition. We certainly appreciate it. Everyone stay safe and have a great new year. Thanks so much.
Our second recipient of the Whitney M. Young Junior Service Award is Danielle Parson. Danielle Parson is a Chicago native who now calls Pittsburgh home. A graduate of the University of Illinois College of Communications, Danielle is currently the Senior Director of Community Affairs for Propel Schools. In this role, she works to ensure Propel maintains a healthy and collaborative relationship with all of the community it serves. Through her work, she oversees Propel's partners in wellness program, providing mental health and wellness support for all Propel stakeholders. She also leads Propel's diversity, equity, and inclusion work. In addition to serving on the Scoutreach board for our council over the last 8 years, she serves on the board of Professional Women's Alliance, helping professional women in the Pittsburgh region navigate resources and opportunities for professional and personal growth. Danielle is the founder of PWN, Professional Women's Network, designed to connect, engage, and inspire women throughout the Pittsburgh region. Her passion for connecting women drives her in planning and executing social and professional platforms for women to get to know each other, share opportunities, and celebrate successes. Danielle is a proud wife and mother to LaWarren and Clark. She credits their love and support to her ability to serve the Pittsburgh community. We are proud to present Danielle Parson with this year's Whitney M. Young Jr. Service Award.
Thank you so much for this honor. This award means so much for so many reasons. First, I think it's important to point out that I did not volunteer to join Scoutreach. I was tricked. That's really the best word I can think of for it. I remember it so vividly. I was asked to write a script for the Whitney M. Young dinner. I thought, no problem, easy enough, and agreed to help. Then I was invited to a meeting, and at that meeting, I was introduced as the program chair. And I thought, wow, they surely have a fancy name for the person who was just writing the script. But then I got called to a production meeting and scout rehearsals. I soon after realized I had been given a real job, and it was way too late to walk away. And I'm also grateful that I did not decide to walk away. I've gotten the opportunity to work with an amazing team of leaders who are all committed to seeing little brown and black boys and girls reach their highest potential. A group that understands the difference between scouting and Scoutreach. In Scoutreach, we are molding strong young women and men, circulating needed funding into our communities. We help families thrive, and school districts and companies throughout this region understand the importance of equity. It's not a task we take lightly. It no longer takes a village to raise our kids. To raise our black and brown children, it requires an army that votes, an army that is educated, an army that volunteers, and an army that is dedicated. Our kids have experienced so much in just the last year alone. So it's for them that I allowed myself to be tricked, and 7 years later, I'm still running the course. I enjoy every Whitney dinner. It really has become a Black family reunion. And while I love seeing my peers and mentors and friends, it is the work we do on behalf of the Scouts that keeps me coming back. It's for Michael Kisner, who learned to work a room of executives better than any man I've ever known. Aaron Clark and Gregory Talbert, who learned to command the audience while at the podium. Tyrenzo Morton, who learned the importance of health and wellness on his Scoutreach journey. And Jeremiah and George Bavard, who learned to not even let life's barriers get in the way of completing their mission. This award means so much because for me, it's less about my work and more about all the young men and women behind me and ensuring their futures shine bright. To the Scoutreach Board, I thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve. And I have to thank my incredible support system, most importantly, my husband, LaWarren, who supports me in this work. Thank you all.
Danielle, thank you for your dedication and commitment. It's because of volunteers like you that the Scoutreach program is successful. At this time, I will be turning the program over to Alan Parks, Chief Operating Officer of the Boy Scouts of America Laurel Highlands Council, for some final words.
Greetings, Scouting supporters. My name is Alan Parks. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for the Laurel Highlands Council. Thank you all for taking the time to tune in to our virtual presentation of the 32nd Annual Whitney M. Young Junior Service Awards. Congratulations again to our honorees, Ronald Curry, Danielle Parson, and Reed Smith. You all are more than deserving of your awards, and our council truly appreciates the time, talent, and treasure that you give to Scouting. Just wanted to take a few minutes to say thank you to those that made this event possible. First, thank you to all the sponsors for this year's event. Because of your generosity, we can serve youth and families that normally would not have the resources to participate in Scouting. On behalf of those youth and families, we thank you for your support. Thank you to our Whitney Event Committee, Carl Taylor, Joy Picard, Marcia Martin, Mel Percheski, Rick Williams, Mark Lewis, Danielle Parson, Cameron Boston, and special thanks to this year's event chair, George Robinson. Thank you all for your leadership and commitment to ensuring we were successful this year. This event would not have happened without your efforts. We are extremely grateful. I would be remiss and out of line if I didn't mention the one and only Judge Livingston Johnston. At the young age of 93 years old, he still contributes to our council and this committee. Thank you for being such an inspiration for us all, Judge. We hope you're doing well. 2020 was a different year for all of us. Our council surely put the Scouting motto of be prepared to the test in more ways than one. The global pandemic that we are still fighting today forced our volunteers and Scouts to think differently on how we could continue to deliver this program to the youth of our communities. From virtual troop meetings, backyard camping, and social distance outdoor events, just to name a few, we continue to develop character, teach personal fitness, citizenship, and leadership skills to the Scouts we serve. Although we don't know when this pandemic will end, we know that because of supporters like you out there, Scouting will be here for the youth and families of all the communities we serve. Thank you all again for your support. Please stay safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this evening. We appreciate all of you for taking the time to watch this presentation. Don't forget to go to the auction page for tonight's event and bid on all the items available to support this cause. We pray to see you all in person next year at the 33rd Annual Whitney M. Young Junior Service Awards. Have a great evening.